The Beatles were an English rock band, formed in Liverpool in 1960, that comprised John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison and Ringo Starr. They are regarded as the most influential band of all time and were integral to the development of 1960s counterculture and popular music's recognition as an art form. As pioneers in recording, songwriting and artistic presentation, the Beatles revolutionized many aspects of the music industry and were often publicized as leaders of the era's youth and sociocultural movements. The core trio of Lennon, McCartney and Harrison, together since 1958, went through a succession of drummers, including Pete Best, before asking Starr to join them in 1962. Manager Brian Epstein molded them into a professional act, and producer George Martin guided and developed their recordings, greatly expanding their domestic success after their first hit, Love Me Do, in late 1962. By early 1964, the Beatles were international stars and had achieved unprecedented levels of critical and commercial success. They became a leading force in Britain's cultural resurgence, ushering in the British invasion of the United States pop market, and soon made their film debut with A Hard Day's Night, 1964. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, 1967, and enjoyed further commercial success with the Beatles, also known as The White Album, 1968, and Abbey Road, 1969. In 1968, they founded Apple Corps, a multi-armed multimedia corporation that continues to oversee projects related to the band's legacy. After the group's breakup in 1970, all principal members enjoyed success as solo artists and some partial reunions have occurred. Lennon was murdered in 1980 and Harrison died of lung cancer in 2001. McCartney and Starr remain musically active. They hold the record for most #1 albums on the UK Albums Chart, 15, most #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, 20, and most singles sold in the UK, 21.9 million. The band received many accolades, including 7 Grammy Awards, 4 Brit Awards, an Academy Award, for Best Original Song Score for the 1970 documentary film Let It Be, and 15 Ivor Novello Awards. In 2004 and 2011, the group topped Rolling Stone's lists of the greatest artists in history. Time magazine named them among the 20th century's 100 most important people. In November 1956, John Lennon, then aged 16, formed a skiffle group with several friends from Quarrymen High School in Liverpool. 15-year-old Paul McCartney met Lennon in July 1957, and joined as a rhythm guitarist shortly after. In February 1958, McCartney invited his friend George Harrison, then 15, to watch the band. Harrison auditioned for Lennon, impressing him with his playing, but Lennon initially thought Harrison was too young. By January 1959, Lennon's Quarrymen friends had left the group, and he began his studies at the Liverpool College of Art. The three guitarists, billing themselves as Johnny and the Moondogs, were playing rock and roll whenever they could find a drummer. He suggested changing the band's name to Beatles, as a tribute to Buddy Holly and the Crickets. They used this name until May, when they became the Silver Beatles, before undertaking a brief tour of Scotland as the backing group for pop singer and fellow Liverpudlian Johnny Gentle. By early July, they had refashioned themselves as the Silver Beatles, and by the middle of August simply the Beatles.